Hey everyone, after a long time we are back again. So, here I am today with some of the sums from the chapter Ratio and Proportion. So, let's do it. In the first sum, it is written the ratio of 8 books to 20 books is. This is the very easy sum and the very basic problem of this. So, whenever we are trying to do this type of sum, we need to know what is called ratio. Ratio means a comparison. Okay, comparison of two different quantities. As here you can see in the first sum, we are comparing two types of books or two numbers of books, 8 books to 20 books. Okay, so we have to find the ratio of it. If a and b are two numbers and we have to find the ratio of this, we can write it in this way: a is to b. This sign is called as is to, and here a is to b means a by b. This is a very simple logic and knowledge of ratio. Okay, so here in this question it is written we have to find the ratio of 8 books to 20 books. So this will be written as 8 is to 20. Okay, and also keep it in your mind, whenever you are writing the ratio, just try to keep it in its simplest form. We know that in case of fraction we have made so many numbers which are there in their simplest form. Simplest form means both the numerator and denominator will get their HCF 1. First thing, here you can see 8 is to 20. Here if we want to reduce it in this way, we will write it 8 by 20, then try to reduce it, and after reducing you will get 2 by 5. So if you want to write it in ratio, it will be 2 is to 5. Okay, so here in option A we are getting 2 is to 5. So for the first question we can see that option A is the right one. Secondly, you have to keep it in your mind that ratio must be given in single unit. Always whenever we are trying to find the ratio, the two quantities must be in same unit. Okay, now without wasting time, let's do the next one. Now here in the next sum it is written the ratio of the number of sides of a square to the number of the edges of a cube. Very easy. Now in a square we always get 4 sides, and in a cube if you count the number of edges properly you will get 12. Okay, now you have to find the ratio of these two numbers. So it will be 4 is to 12 and the answer will be 1 is to 3. So where we are getting this option 1 is to 3? Yes, it is option D only. Okay, so for finding this you need to know the number of sides of a square and the number of edges of a cube. If you know the shapes properly, then finding the number of sides or edges, nothing will be very tough for you. Okay, so let's come to the next sum. Now in the next sum it is written a picture is 60 cm wide and 1.8 meter long. The ratio of its width to its perimeter in lowest form. Okay, now see, as I said, ratio will always be written in the same unit. So here 1.8 meter is given. So first 1.8 meter will be converted to centimeter. Okay, now how to convert it? 1.8 will be multiplied by 100 and we will get 180 centimeter. Okay, now in the next step we have to find the perimeter of this given picture. Okay, now here width is given, that is 60 centimeter, and length is becoming 180 centimeter. So first we have to find its perimeter. So how to find the perimeter of any rectangular figure? It will be 2 into length means 180 centimeter and breadth means 60 centimeter. So in centimeter we are getting the perimeter. Okay, so it is coming 480 centimeter. Now in the next step what will you do? You have to find that which question is asked. Means here the ratio of the width and the perimeter is asked. Width is given, that is 60 centimeter, and perimeter is given, that is 480 centimeter. Okay, as I have said, in ratio I will not write any unit, and both of these units are same, so we can reduce it to its simplest form. 6:48, we have reduced it by 10 first, then we have reduced it by 6, and our answer is coming 1.1:8. So where we are getting the answer? Yes, in option D also we are getting the answer 1:8. Now let's come to the next sum. So in question number 4 it is written, Neelam's annual income is rupees 2,88,000. Her annual savings amount is 36,000. The ratio of her savings to her expenditure. Now income is given 2,88,000 and savings is given 36,000. So from here, from these two information, we can get what is the value of the expenditure. Okay, so we will simply subtract the savings of Neelam from the income. So from 2,88,000 we are subtracting 36,000 and we are getting this 2,52,000. Okay, so this is her expenditure. Now in the question it is asked that the ratio of her savings to her expenditure. Now her savings is already given, that is 36,000, and her expenditure we have found it is 2,52,000. Now simply we will reduce it. After reducing it by 1000 we are getting 36 is to 252. Okay, then it will be better if you just find the HCF of these two terms and find the lowest term of this ratio. Okay, let's do that. After finding the HCF of these two terms, means 36 and 252, we are getting the HCF as 36 only, so we can write it as 1:7. So here we have to find the answer, where we are getting the answer 1:7. Yes, in option B we are getting this result. Yes, so for question number B our answer will be 1:7, and that is option B. Now let's come to the next sum. Now in question number 5 it is written, mathematics textbook of class 6 has 320 pages. The chapter symmetry runs from page 261 to page 272. 261 to page 272. I repeat that. The ratio of the number of pages of this chapter to the total number of pages in this book. So the total number of pages is already given, that is 320. Now we have to find that how many pages are there given in the chapter symmetry. So for that, as I said you, that we have to count the number of pages in this way: last term minus first term plus 1. Okay, now what will you do? Simply we have to count it in this way, and the answer will come 12:320. Okay, because there are 12 pages in the chapter symmetry, and in the book total number of pages is 320. So we have to find the ratio of the number of pages of this chapter to the total number of pages of the book, and let's find it. It is coming 12:320. Now as I said, for making it in a simpler form, we will simply find the HCF of these two terms. It is coming 12 and 320. The HCF of these two is 4 only, so we will write it in this way: 3:80. So here option C is the correct one, 3:80. Okay, now let's come to the next sum. Now in question number 6 it is written, in a box the ratio of red marbles to blue marbles is 7:4. Red marbles is to blue marbles is 7:4. Now which of the following would be the total number of marbles in the box? As I said, whenever we are trying to find the total number of anything from a ratio, we have to find that each of the numbers will be either the multiple of 7 or the multiple of 4 or the multiple of the sum of these two digits. Okay, if we want to try to find something as number. Now what we have to do, see here 7 plus 4, it is coming 1. Okay, now from these options we have to find which one is a multiple of 11. Yes, you can see option D, that is 22, which is a multiple of 11. So this can be the total number of marbles in the box. I repeat, since here the ratio is given 7:4, so we will assume that there are 7 red marbles and 4 blue marbles. We are assuming it for our convenience, we are assuming it, because whatever the number will come as exact result will be the multiple of 7 and 4. So here 7 is also a multiple of 7 itself and 4 is also a multiple of 4 itself. So we are assuming, rather I would say, that there are total 11 marbles. Okay, now we have to find, definitely we will get such a number as a total number of marbles in the box, so that will be a multiple of 11. Okay, that will be a multiple of 11. So definitely you can see that option number D, means for question 6, option D will be the correct one. Okay, since 22 is the multiple of 11. So today up to this class. In my next video we will start from question number 7. Till then, stay safe. Bye.